Y'all see him in the streets struggling, young, dumb, and thuggin', give a fuck about nothing. Stuck at rock bottom, trying to come up on something. Pumping from sundown to sun.
What's up, guys? Just here, welcome back to my channel. We're back with the reaction to Better Call Saul. This is the final season, season 6, episode 2, Carrot and Stick. And I just got done watching the season premiere just a couple minutes ago. It was absolutely fantastic. I don't really have too much more to say before we jump into this episode because, like I said, I legit just got done watching it just a couple minutes ago. I basically just want to reiterate, I even feel like now more than ever, Nacho's life is in danger. I already felt that way after the end of last season. I'm like, man, just run, Nacho. Your life is in danger. Lalo is coming for you. He survived. He wants your head. He knows that you were a part of that assassination attempt. He wants you dead, man. So now we saw the entire first episode that he's on the run and he's pretty much being left out there, hung out to dry because Mike is fighting for his life, but Gus is basically like, hey, he's out there. He's not my man. He's not loyal to us. I don't really care if I do respect him, but I do respect him, but hey, let him die. So hopefully Mike does do something to save his life because otherwise I feel like he's not going to make it. But even if Mike does save his life, I've said it before, my prediction for the show, for the end of the series, is Nacho is going to die. But on top of that, I also wanted to reiterate that I am fully Team Howard and Team Cliff. Leave those two alone. Obviously, I really like Jimmy, or I should say Saul now, Saul Goodman, and I freaking love Kim, but seeing her go to the dark side and them trying to screw over Howard, ruin his reputation, ruin his career, the man does not deserve it. Maybe I'm alone in that thinking, but I can't get on board with that. But if you guys are looking for my full reactions to the show, the link to my Patreon is down in the description below. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, now's a very good time to click that button down below. Smash the like button while you're there. With that said, let's jump right in. Let's check it out. Let's go. They gotta clean up this place. Oh, this is Nacho's place. Fidget girl. Being fucked up on drugs, that's actually pretty good.
What do you think what the record is?
I'm pretty stoned. I don't know if I can put that together right now.
I would need more numbers.
Oh, shadows.
Set it up correctly. Oof. The rough people guys come over and we don't know where he is. He's been gone a long time.
Mike won't kill him.
We don't know anything.
I have a message from Nacho. He won't be coming back. He sends his regrets. Here's what's going to happen. You're going to take what's yours, and you're going to leave.
Just giving them a chance. Even if he wasn't on the run, this would be a good way to break up with them. Start over. Clean, fresh.
3.5 high.
I think the fake IDs he had for him and his father in there too. Yup, there's the IDs. Hold on to them, Mike. Is he gonna reach out to his father, try and help him? Wow. What? Putting it all back. Oh no, I recognize that. The origin. You gotta be flashy with it.
Okie dokie.
She's back.
These little
the Kettlemans.
For you. You recycle so you can feel good about that. Be right with you.
They meet again.
Long time no see.
Get out.
I have something very exciting I want to discuss with you and your husband. This you're going to want to hear.
If you don't leave right now, my husband is going to remove you from this establishment bodily. Mr. Kettleman, may I see you up front?
Mr. McGill.
Has he been working out in prison?
It's Goodman now, actually. So
no, he has not.
Long story. But hey,
I was expecting him to come around all jacked. Prison tats.
Okay.
I love the Kettlemans.
I came here today because I was curious if you two wanted your lives back.
We actually did look into that.
Yep.
We went to a number of lawyers.
Real lawyers.
Real lawyers? He is a real lawyer.
Let me put it this way. I think that within Craig's case, I have found the grounds for a civil suit. A big one.
Okay then.
She's on board.
Let's hear it.
Before we talk turkey,
he's been through the ringer.
Letters of engagement. What if I told you that in your hour of need, the person who was supposed to be on your side was impaired?
That awful woman with the ponytail is a cocaine addict.
No, not Kim Wexler, no. Craig's lead attorney, Howard Hamlin.
But he was so professional and energetic, upbeat.
Where do you think the energy comes from?
Don't we need some kind of proof?
All the dirty laundry comes out in discovery.
It doesn't matter what you force us to sign. We don't have to work with any lawyer we don't want. You're fired.
I am not fired.
Oh, yes,
no.
you are.
No, he's fired.
The goddamn Kettlemans. It's that witch Betsy. Every time. Come on, Craig. Stand up for what's right.
Hey, do you have a sec?
What's the basis of their claim?
Cocaine.
Cocaine.
Howard Hamlin.
It will all come out in Discovery. All his drug purchases.
That was all their plan.
Associates.
How would they
All
know
of that gets on the record
that the
during
Kettlemans would go to Cliff, though?
Okay.
Unfortunately, I don't think we're going to be able to help. Our firm is partnering with HHM on another case, so this would be a clear conflict of interest.
Cliff's keeping it real with them.
So you won't represent Craig. We will take our business elsewhere.
Él quiere remediar la situación. Por lo menos escúchelo.
Wow, she's not even gonna look at him.
Seguimos buscando a ese traidor Ignacio Varga. Lo vamos a encontrar. Y entonces su familia tendrá...
Nacho got screwed, I tell you. Shaking his hand. He knows he doesn't want to do that either. Even Hector's playing the game. And he's looking right at him, too.
We'll be in touch.
What did you learn?
Lalo Salamanca lives.
Ooh. You could tell just from that exchange. Okay. So this is the one that they put back because they knew he'd find it. They wanted him to find it. They basically left this not for Nacho, but for the cartel. Okay. Careful. This is so intense. Yep, movement. They're watching him as well, or watching his door. Yeah. That thing is in there. Hopefully the place isn't surrounded. Is Nacho gonna sneak up on him? Ooh. Yo, this is dope. Not gonna be quick enough.
Get up and turn around. ¿Quién te paga para vigilarme?
Una voz por teléfono.
I'd say, who do you report to?
Yeah.
Something's not right, man.
Someone on you.
No, I don't know. I got a bad feeling. I need to get out of here.
You want to get through this? Listen to me. Won't be much longer. You go out on your own.
Look at his eyes. Waiting for the call. Pick it up.
No puedes disparar, amigo.
Don't get cocky now.
De mierda. Alguien oyó un balazo. Y ya valió.
Yeah, he's got to get the fuck out of there. Look at Nacho go. Oh shit. You know someone's getting it on. Ow! It's over. Nacho. He's got to take off. Wait, what?
Vivo.
They don't care how they get him as long as they get him alive. Not today. It's like Final Destination. They missed it there. They will come back for them. Yo, getting goosebumps right now. This is fucking nuts. What the fuck?
He's smart enough to know it's not in the Salamanca family interest to take you out without a reason the bosses can get behind. So the odds are he's searching for Varga. The kid's smart, but he's not gonna last.
El padre de Varga.
No. Bring him here.
No.
You're not doing that.
I love how honorable Mike is, but fuck, how do you fight that?
Just say the word.
Whatever happens next, it's not gonna go down the way you think it is.
Mike.
It's him.
Bullshit.
You want me to answer it?
Honestly, go back to the nacho stuff. I know the show is Better Call Saul, but man, it's so good right now. That part of the story.
There is no case. There never was a case. We went to 4 different lawyers, real, legitimate lawyers.
They are real, legitimate lawyers.
Some way it benefits you to tear him down.
Yeah. And
They figured it out. I'm surprised.
we're mad.
I know you don't want us going to Howard Hamlin, because whatever it is you're up to, I'm sure he would be very interested.
Okay, let's just go easy on the threats.
We want our lives back.
Hi, could you put me through to Justin Stengel in Criminal Investigations?
One moment, please. What are you doing?
Eddie Anthony or Apollo speaking.
I think Kim just leveled up right now.
Power levels 8,000. Huh? Now it's over 9.
First, you contact every person you've ripped off. Tell them you made an accounting error. Tell them you're crooks.
It's a lot of
You're gonna change
people.
of heart. I don't care. And then after that, you're going to forget you ever heard the name Howard Hamlin. I'm keeping my eye on both of you.
Ooh.
You think you've lost everything? You have no idea.
Scary Kim. She's gone to the dark side. She's a supervillain now. Maybe this whole show is the origin. Her supervillain origins. You know you win hard if you brought Betsy Kettleman to tears.
Wolves and sheep.
Huh?
Nothing.
There are wolves and sheep in this world, kid. Wolves and sheep. Figure out which one you're gonna be.
Wait, what? Was that Lalo? Who was in that car that was following them at the end? That has to be Lalo, right? He said he was coming back north, or going back north from Mexico last episode. That has to be Lalo. Yo, man, that episode flew. I feel like that episode actually went by quicker than the first one, which is kind of crazy because I watch these episodes back to back and you think sometimes the second hour would be a little bit slower than the first hour, but no, and that episode might have even been a little bit longer. So wow, this season is off to a fantastic start. All right, guys, that was Better Call Saul, Season 6, Episode 2, Carrot and Stick. And guess what? They are freaking back. The Kettlemans are back. You guys saw it. Betsy freaking Kettleman. Oh my God. I can't believe they actually brought the Kettlemans back for this final season. But it's just so perfect. It's so fitting. They were great in the first season. But looking back, like before this final season, looking back at the Kettleman stuff, you think like, oh, that's just so small, like seeing where the story went now. But bringing them back, man, it's all coming back twofold. I freaking love it. Seeing them back in the show, like, oh man, Betsy is too much. They probably brought her back not only because it was a season 1 thing, now it is the final season, which I always love to see when shows do that. But she was so damn good in the role of Betsy Kettleman. You freaking love to hate her. Craig as well. He's played his part perfectly too. Like the complete polar opposite of Betsy, the whipping boy basically. And yeah, I just love the Kettlemans because they're freaking hilarious to watch. Like you obviously want to root against them. Like you're not supposed to like them, but they're so entertaining on screen. Betsy Kettleman every single time. But yeah, there was a lot to discuss. I definitely want to talk about the nacho stuff, but I think I'm going to start with the Kettleman stuff and going right to the very end. We're going to jump ahead. I usually go back to the very beginning of these episodes, but for this one, I think I want to go right to the very end there because not only are we going to discuss the car that was tailing them at the very end of the episode, Kim went off there on the Kettlemans, off on Betsy Kettleman, and Kim has come so far, man. She's fully gone to the dark side. Like I was just saying at the very end of the episode, like this whole show, it's not just about Jimmy becoming Saul Goodman. I feel like it's Kim becoming Slippin' Kimmy, and I don't know how it's going to end up. I'm pretty sure if she does go to prison, or that's one possible route that it could go, her going to prison. But if that's Lalo coming back also, because I even said it, obviously I wasn't filming my reactions to the show at the time, but I said it back last season also when Lalo came across Kim, like, I think he actually respected her in that moment where she stood up to him and basically called him out, like, hey, if you don't have someone you could trust, or if you trust Saul Goodman out of more than anybody of your own people, any of your own people, then you have bigger problems here. So and you definitely saw the look that Lalo gave Kim in that scene, in that moment, in that episode. So I don't know. I want confirmation who was actually in the car at the end of the episode. I'm pretty sure, my guess at least, is it was Lalo, because we did hear from him that he was heading back north. He was going back north from Mexico. I guess it would only make sense that he would go to them, but why would he go to them? Maybe he already knows he could use them, which he already has used them pretty well up until this point. He got them out of prison for murder when he bailed, when he never should have left prison. But the thing is also, he's wanted. So if he gets busted, or he comes across a single police officer, a single cop, a single person that recognizes him, single person of the court, he's going back to prison as well, and especially skipping bail. I don't know if it's official that he's officially skipped bail just yet, but he left the country when he wasn't supposed to. So if Lalo slips up at all, he's going away probably for the rest of his life, or for a very, very long time. And that would explain why he's not actually in Breaking Bad, and you wouldn't even have to kill him off. However, I don't see Lalo just getting off like that, because he'd always be coming back eventually. Like, you'd have that in the back of your mind, and I feel like he would have been brought up more if that was the case, especially by Gus, because you know that he's fully at war. Like, he's fully onto the Salamancas, and the Salamancas are fully onto him. They know what is up. He now knows after this episode also that Lalo is still out there, and Lalo is still alive, and he is coming back too. So he's getting prepared for that. Man, there's so much to discuss. There's so much to take in, because every time I say something, I get another powerful scene or another incredible moment of the episode that we saw, that we just witnessed, run through my head that I gotta bring up. So yeah, I definitely want to discuss Nacho also, but I don't even know, did it come up this episode or last also, because I watched these episodes back to back now, so it's all kind of just one episode for me. I think it was the very beginning of this episode. I could be wrong though. I think it was. I'll know once I go back and edit, but either way, I don't think I brought it up in my last recap, so I want to bring it up here. And that was Saul actually slipping and saying the name Lalo out loud. That's another big mess up for Jimmy, for Saul. You know that's definitely going to come back as well, because he said it not just in front of the lawyer, he also said it in front of the actual cop, the investigator. So yeah, you know that's going to come back also. I'm glad I brought that up here, because that was so easy to forget. Like, it was a very quick thing, and like so much has happened since that point. So there's a lot of action to discuss also. And that's the thing I definitely want to talk about next. Nacho and the twins. Man, he actually made it out alive through the twins. Man, I thought they were going to kill him that scene. Both episodes, every single time he's on screen now, man, it's so intense, because his life is in danger. And that's why I said it. I've been saying it so much these first 2 episodes of the season, and I've been saying to myself for these all last season also, Nacho is not going to make it out of this alive. I highly doubt it. Could I be wrong? Yes. I wouldn't even mind if I was wrong at the end of the series, if he actually ends up living. Round of applause I will give you, and I'll actually be happy about that. But all signs are pointing to Nacho is not making it out of this final season alive. I just don't see that happening. Like, you see how intense these scenes are, like how much pressure is on him right now. Just that hotel that he was supposed to be staying in, that he thought he was safe in, he was being watched and he was going to be killed. The moment that he left there, I guess he was going to be tailed if he just would have stayed. I'm trying to think how it all played out. If he just would have stayed there, I don't even think he would have been safe either way. I don't think that ride was ever coming. I don't know. I got to go back, because it's so much double crossing that is actually going down. But going back to Albuquerque with his actual safe in his home, how it was all replaced, it all came back. I wasn't sure what they were doing at first. Like, all right, they're taking the money all out. They took the ID out. And that's another thing, another big moment that's definitely going to come back. Mike stole the ID of his father, and Mike was standing up for his father multiple times throughout the series now. He knows it's wrong, and man, standing up to Gus like that, saying no right away. He actually, like, he didn't even think about it when he's like, get me his father. Mike stepped up and was like, no, we're not doing that. And then I think it's Tyrus pointing the gun right at Mike. Mike was standing his ground. He's like, we're not bringing his father. We're not getting him involved. And he kept it a secret up until that point when the phone rang and it was Nacho trying to reach him. Nacho knows that's like one of his only hopes left right now. He has nobody else. So he called Mike, and then Mike actually let Gus know. So crazy. But before that, with the safe, because they took everything out, all the money, the ID and everything, and then I guess they put it in a different safe. They put everything back for, man, Bolsa. It's so crazy what they're doing. Even these schemes, when people are like, you'd think they'd be racing there to get to Nacho's place and break in and like flip the place upside down. They got there first. Mike got there first, and I wasn't sure what the plan was. That's another thing that the show does so well. You see these schemes, you see these heists, you're seeing everything play out on screen, but you don't know what the fuck you're seeing. Like, it's so freaking crazy. I love it. This show is so good. I never want it to end, but this is the final season, folks. Only 8 more episodes. How crazy is that? But we saw Bosa and his men, the cartel. They actually arrived at Nacho's place. They flipped everything upside down. They found the ID, but they didn't find his father's ID. They just found Nacho's, and it was for Manitoba. He was going to run to Canada. Great place to run to. Great place to hide. Highly recommend. If you guys are running on the run, come to Canada. It is nice out here. I freaking love it. I wouldn't request to live anywhere else. I'm so thankful to be Canadian, a Canadian citizen, born and raised, same city. And I've traveled around Canada as well. I've been to Alberta. I've been to Quebec. I've never been out east, really, but maybe one day. Highly recommend. But yeah, all jokes aside, I definitely think still Nacho is going to die before the season is up. He just had a crazy run-in with the twins. Is that how every single episode is going to play out for Nacho this season before he eventually meets his demise? I hope not, but at the same time, I kind of hope so, because these scenes are freaking incredible. I'm loving them. Edge of my seat like the entire time, like I was grasping, palms are sweaty, arms are heavy, mom's spaghetti. It was super intense. I am freaking loving those scenes. So good. The twins are on his ass. Like, I don't know how he escaped that. Like, they had him cornered pretty much. They were shooting point blank at him, and he still made it out alive. And he's on the run. He called Mike. They gave the nod. Whew, so much is going down when it comes to the Nacho stuff. I don't know how much longer he can make it, though. He's in a country where the entire country is against him right now. Everyone, like the federale, the police, whatever you want to call them, the cartel, citizens, neighbors, just everyone is against Nacho right now. So it's basically a manhunt. There's a bounty on his head. I don't know what else to say when it comes to Nacho. Just keep running, bro. I'm rooting for you right now. I just don't know if he's going to make it out alive. I've said that numerous times now. It's on record. It's on film. You guys know my stance when it comes to Nacho. I don't think he's going to make it out this final season. That's the last time that I'm going to say it for this episode, but that's not the last time you're going to hear me say it for this episode, or sorry, for this season. Apologies in advance. But yeah, let's go back to the Kim, the Saul stuff, their heist, their scheme that they're pulling right now, the Kettlemans as well. Going back to them, the master plan. I guess the whole reason, or the whole point of actually using them, they knew exactly what the Kettlemans were going to do. They know the Kettleman ways, that they were going to use that information that Saul gave them. They were going to run to the other lawyers, and they were going to say basically everything that Saul wanted to be said out loud involving Howard, which really sucks because Howard does not deserve this. He is not a cokehead. He's not a coke addict. He does not deserve this. Oh man, Howard is going to be so screwed before the season is up. Now they've already tarnished his name pretty much, his reputation. You know what this is? It's going down the drain. Twister down the drain. That's exactly what that is. I feel so bad for Howard. We haven't even seen much of him yet. We saw him at the golf club with the drugs falling out, but aside from that, we haven't even seen much of Howard this season. I feel so bad for him though, but he's getting screwed over badly. But the one thing I do want to say about that is it seems like things are going almost too well with this plan to screw him over. I feel like eventually Howard is going to catch on and it's going to come back to bite them in the ass. That's my prediction. I think that's my other prediction. I mentioned Nacho already. I'm going to mention Kim, and I did mention it in the first episode, my first reaction to the series, and for the first episode, the season premiere of the final season. I think she's going to be locked up, so eventually it's going to come back. It's going to bite her in the ass. Howard is going to catch on. It can only go so far. What they're doing, like, you're messing with this man's life right now. He's an innocent man, and they're not just, like, playing games anymore. It's not a simple prank. Like, his reputation, his career, everything. You know what this is? You know what this is, folks? Going down the drain. So, yeah, like I said, I feel so bad for Howard. I do think he's going to catch on eventually, but they use the Kettlemans to basically tarnish his name with all his associates, all the other lawyers out there. So, oh man, it's a... What else can be said about that? The fact that they actually used the Kettlemans to do that because they knew that the Kettlemans would run. So good. The writing, but they're 3 steps ahead right now too. It's so freaking good. I love it. But I'm pretty sure they were being tailed at the very end after using them. Props to the Kettlemans. I don't know if we're going to see them again after this. I really do hope that we see them again. Another episode. It might have just been a one-off for the final season. They were so good in these roles either way. That's why I did want to emphasize my props to them. A major shout out to both them, Craig and Betsy Kettleman. But we saw at the very end, after dealing with the Kettlemans, after using the Kettlemans, Kim, Saul, they were driving away. They were being followed. They were being tailed. It was either an investigator, which I don't think is the case. So maybe somebody else is onto him, private investigator. That's just hitting me right now. That's a possible idea. I don't know if that's actually the case, but I'm throwing that out there right here, right now. It's got me thinking a little bit. But I definitely think if you were to ask me, if I had to make a decision who that actually is that's tailing him at the end of the episode that we did see, my best guess is Lalo. And yeah, Lalo, I don't know what he could possibly use them for, but he knows they're smart. He's used them before. I don't know what he's coming up with if it is him, but I'm pretty sure he's thinking he can use them again. I guess there's only one way to find out, and that's going to be by watching the next episode. Unfortunately, I think we have to wait another week. I don't think they're going to be doing double episodes every single week, so that really sucks. But yeah, that's about it for me, guys. I did watch these 2 episodes back to back, so I'm pretty much out of breath. I'm pretty tired. I need to edit these. I'm going to be doing a lot of editing this week. This week, you can also expect Game of Thrones Season 7 season premiere coming at you. I also got another special treat for Game of Thrones fans coming at you. R+L=J. And I also got these coming at you. But if you guys want to see the full reactions to not only this, but Game of Thrones or whatever else I react to and everything I've done in the past, make sure you guys check out my Patreon. But as always, definitely let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments down below. If you guys can like, subscribe, it really helps my channel grow. Till next time, I am out. Enjoy your day. Better Call Saul. Peace.
Well, I didn't smoke enough for you, didn't drink enough for you, wasn't fun enough for you, wasn't good enough for you, damn. You play me like a yo-yo and shit. Well, I'm not the one to be yo-yo, and when you put that shit on me, then I watch you leave, let you back in, you came back in and shit on me, drag me along for a week, till my